Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to be here with you this evening. Very happy to be here with you, extremely so. My name is Dr. Arnold Nerenberg. I've been licensed as a clinical psychologist in the state of California since 1974, and I've been licensed to walk upon the earth since 1941, so I'm over 82 years of age. And what a privilege and joy it is to be in your presence and to have this opportunity to speak with you. And then we have a wonderful audience, and the participation of the audience at the end adds as much or even more than what I bring to the table. The title of today's presentation is Hospitalization, a Banquet of Love. Hospitalization, a Banquet of Love. So when we talk about hospitals, the first thing I want to tell you is we want to prevent going to the hospital. We don't want our loved ones going. We don't want to go. So even though it's a banquet of love, and I'm going to get into what that looks like, you don't want to go. I don't want to go. And I'm going to talk about my journey in recent hospitalization. So how do you prevent hospitalizations? Well, the nutrition, your thoughts, your exercise. It's a physical, mental, spiritual, preventative method. So in terms of nutritional, you want to aspire for optimal health, not normal, optimal. Let me give you an example. Normal blood sugar level, fasting glucose level is under 100. But if it's over 95, you're more prone to Alzheimer's. Optimal blood sugar is 75 to 85. You want to get your A1C close to 5. If you hit 5.7, you're entering into diabetes. It's considered normal if it's under 5.5, but you want optimal, which is around 5 or under 5. Vitamin D. You want your vitamin D in the optimal range, which is 50 to 80 in your blood work. But if it's over 30, it's called normal. But if it's under 50, you're going to have a shorter lifespan. Then, if you want to eat fish and meats, I'm not telling you what not to eat. I'm going to tell you this. Make sure you're eating a lot of plants, especially broccoli. Eat a lot of veggies. A lot. Every day. Broccoli is the king of the vegetables. The cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli help prevent cancer. The king of the fruits is pomegranates. You want to have a glass of pomegranate juice every day. It helps prevent prostate and breast cancer. And even if you have the cancer, it helps shrink the tumors. Now, so looking at optimal health, you definitely want to take fish oil 3 times a day. It helps lower depression. It helps with your lipid profile, help bring your triglycerides down. It's good for your cholesterol levels. Now, I have to say to you, I'm a clinical psychologist. I'm not an MD. So anything I tell you in the physical realm, legally I have to say, talk to your doctor. Now, to keep your blood sugar in control, berberine, 500 milligrams, 3 times a day, it's as effective as metformin in many ways. Berberine. Absolutely, you want to be doing that. Now, you want to prevent plaque from building up. You want to have stable plaque when you have it. You want to definitely reduce your saturated fats to prevent plaque from building. You want to keep your LDL. If you keep your LDL, they're saying now under 50. They used to say keep it under 70. You keep it under 50, you say, well, it's very difficult, almost impossible to build up plaque in your arteries. You want to keep your homocysteine down. Anything under 13 is considered normal. You want to keep it actually, you want to keep it under 7. We're going to get to optimal ranges. And that's folic acid, B12, and B6 combined. That'll help bring down the homocysteine. Homocysteine is elevated, you're more prone to heart attacks, strokes, and Alzheimer's. So you want to be on those nutrition. You can also get a lot of those nutrition from different vegetables, whatever. But there's a time to supplement, and that's a good space to supplement in. You want to stabilize the plaque in your arteries. Go to Cola and Ginkgo biloba. You can get as Arterial Protect from Life Extension. That'll help stabilize your plaque, because when a plaque ruptures, You get blood platelets coming to it, congregating and blocking the blood flow, and you get a heart attack. So you want to stabilize that plaque. Then you want to be taking garlic regularly. That removes plaque from your arteries, and granulated lecithin that also takes plaque off your arteries. Listen, most of you are young. The average age of my patients, 40 years old. So you might just start hitting these things now, some of these issues. But I know you've got parents and aunts and uncles and nieces and nephews. I know you've got relatives because I talk to so many of my wonderful, beautiful patients. They have people in and out of hospitals all the time. Very stressful for them. Of course, for the beloved relative, it's stressful. So you want to be able to spread the knowledge. Now, then, of course, you want to reduce the anger in your life. You want to reduce anger. Anger promotes cardiovascular events such as strokes and heart attacks. You don't want that. So you want to follow the way of honor. You have the 4 commandments of honor, which are, I wish you well. That'll take you far. I take full responsibility for co-creating my reality and my problems. I'm grateful for the power I gain from hardship. And then one of 2 commandments, depends whether you believe in God. If you believe in God as I do, it's God, your wish is my only wish. Otherwise, you just say, I seek always to serve my highest values. You want to do that 3 times a day. And the repetition is preparation for application to achieve stabilization and internalization. It will stabilize you. Then you want to add the bridge to it, which is what's the most honorable thing to think, say, and do. So honor becomes the gold standard of life. Do not pursue happiness, pursue honor. And honor is the foundation of true happiness. Remember, happiness and suffering are both fleeting. Honor is forever. Suffering and happiness are both fleeting, but honor is forever. So, and then, of course, exercise. The new smoking, of course, you don't want to be smoking, drinking alcohol. It turns out even small amounts of alcohol can cause cancer. I didn't know that until I saw that research. It was surprising. So you want to be definitely not smoking, drinking alcohol. We all know about that. And you want to definitely reduce your beef, your red meats. You want to reduce that as much as possible. Fried foods. You want to have natural foods. You don't want to have synthetic foods as much as possible. You want to have the real food itself. But then exercise. You want to stay active. You want to get up, go for walks. Now, cardiovascular. You're running, jogging. I personally never like doing. I'm a weightlifter, but you want to get as much as possible. Now, weightlifting builds up your muscle, and the muscles are considered longevity organs. The muscles are considered longevity organs. It actually makes you live longer. And especially you want your legs strong. Strong legs are correlated with the longest lives because when people get older, they become fragile, their legs are weak, they fall, they break a hip, a shoulder. Very often that's the beginning of the end. When you weightlift, you're not only building muscles, you're building your bones, you're strengthening the body, you're getting bigger and stronger. And you can start weightlifting at any age. So if you do weightlifting, cardiovascular, and it's very good to get out and walk at least 10 minutes a day. You want to get the vitamin D from the sun, the oxygen, move the lymph, the blood. I see patients all day long, but I get up every 20 minutes to go to the other office, get another file. I do weightlifting, whatever, between sessions, where I take a walk. You want to be doing that. Also, the old siesta, taking a nap. Most of the world takes a siesta. In America, it's pretty much a lost art. But really, the body needs to get some horizontal time, definitely for that. Of course, you want to get a good night's sleep. Melatonin promotes sleep. You can take up to 60 milligrams. You don't want to do it every day. You want to do it every other day because your pineal gland over here makes that melatonin, but you don't want to make a lazy gland out of it. The side effect of melatonin, it prevents various cancers, so it's good for you. If your blood sugar is going up, you're hitting an A1C of 5.6, 5.7, talk to your doctor about getting on metformin. Metformin not only reduces insulin resistance and blood sugar, it's a longevity drug. Originally, it was from the bark of a lilac tree. It's extremely good for you. A lot of research that's coming out, people are just taking it for longevity drugs. It also prevents various cancers. Metformin is a miracle drug. So So we talk about hospitalizations, a banquet of love. You want to postpone that banquet as long as you can for you and your loved ones. I mean, it is a banquet of love. I'm going to talk to you about how that occurs, but you want to postpone. That's like death. For those who believe in God, as I do, believe we're eternal souls, whether you look at near-death experiences where people say how beautiful it was on the other side, or just trusting the word of the divine teacher that brought you your religion. We're eternal souls. In the next life, we're told that even if we have a glimpse of the beauty of the next life, no one wants to stay here another second. So we want to look forward to going on. But you want to postpone as long as you can. You want to stay at the hospitals and you want to stay on the earth alive as long as you can. Fight like heck to stay alive. But in the meantime, when you go on, it's going to be a great thing. And you go to the hospitals, it is a banquet of love. And I'm going to talk to you about how that happens. So even though there's a lot of great benefits to die, a lot of great benefits to go to the hospital, you want to postpone that and do as little of it as you can, stay alive as long as you can. The human body, if you take care of it and don't abuse it, is geared to live 120 years. I don't even know anybody that's 100. I see them on YouTube or whatever. I've never even met somebody that's 100. It's because people are killing themselves between the way they think, what they're eating, drinking, air they're breathing, the toxins in the environment. If the air quality index outside is above 60, well, that's moderate. You're up to 50 in the air quality index is good. Over that's moderate. You get over 100, it's really harmful. You want to watch the air quality index. If it's really bad, you don't want to go for a walk outside. Me personally, given some of the health issues I have, if the air quality index goes over 60, I won't go out for a walk. Now, if those of you who want to go more into my exercise routine, I demonstrate Qigong, 5 rights to Tibetan yoga, weightlifting, cardiovascular exercises, stretching. My video is called Dr. Nerenberg's 80th birthday message. I put together that video for you on my 80th birthday. You'll like it. You'll get a lot out of it. So hospitalization's a banquet of love. You don't want to be there, but no, it's a beautiful thing. I'm going to go into what that's about. But before I do, I'm going to open it to comments and questions from my wonderful people that are here with us. Any comments or questions you have on what I've told you in terms of prevention, staying healthy, and as beautiful a hospital experience can be, strangely enough, it really can be. I'm out here to tell you about it. Any questions or comments you have about what I've said so far?
Nerenberg, it's Bernice.
Oh, hey, Bernice. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, I made it. And I was kind of concerned about the topic, but I was worried about your health. So good.
Thank you.
Really, as soon as I jumped on, I wanted to say you look really good. You look super healthy, like you've been outdoors or something.
Let me tell you something. In the past, even when I had 2 stents put in with 90% occlusion in 2 arteries, I looked better than I felt. This last time when I went to get a stent put in, that one saved my life. This one saved the quality of my life, and I felt worse than I was. So the first time, I looked better than I was. And the second time, I felt worse than I was. So, but I think I'm staying on top of everything. That takes me to remind me to talk about, I got to make a note to talk about blood work. Yeah, we got to talk blood work. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead.
That's one thing we talked to you about. You look really good. There's a light about you.
Well, thank you. I live listen, I've used myself for almost about 65 years in terms of, I was just eating to get big and strong and be a world champion power lifter. And I was big, I was strong, but I wasn't healthy. So I've only been living a really totally healthy lifestyle for about 14 years. And so the glow you see in me is from the thoughts, the exercise, and I eat a lot of plants. And I don't eat red meat. I don't have any dairy products, which caused the prostate cancer I had when I was 65. You want to stay off of dairy products that causes breast cancer and prostate cancer. You look at the China study with Dr. Campbell. It's deadly. It has some benefits, the calcium for your bones, the protein and whatnot. Stay away from the dairy products. So, so the diet, the way I live, even when I'm feeling well, I look healthy. Please continue, Bernice. Thank you.
You're welcome. I just wanted to say also, thank you for caring so much about your patients, not only their mental health, but their physical health. That's something that I really appreciate about you, is you're always looking at like, okay, what's going on with you physically? Because a lot of the time in like the mental health field, people are just like, oh, what are you feeling, instead of like, what are you doing to help yourself feel better physically? You know what I mean? Like you're um, creating this like all around, like very cyclical, like mind body that you don't see a lot in conjunction. So I appreciate you always concerned about that and trying to like steer us in the right direction as far as that goes.
Well, let me comment on that. There's a lot of studies, hundreds of studies showing that working out reduces anxiety and depression. And it definitely reduces insomnia and facilitates better self-esteem. But definitely there's a lot of studies showing it reduces anxiety and depression. So it's part of mental health. And if your health isn't good, a lot of people worry about their health. And you're not feeling well. You say, gee, people go right away, do I have cancer? Am I getting, what is this? For a while, people used to go, do I have cancer? I'm getting this symptom, getting that symptom. Then during COVID, people go, gee, do I have COVID? I think I may have COVID. So when you're worried about, do I have this? Do I have that? That's, you're going to be stressed out about that. Or does my son have this? My daughter have it? People are worried about health a lot when you start getting symptoms.
Mm-hmm. Also watching our thoughts too, that's super important to health.
Totally. I mean, 80% of our thoughts in one major study at University of Maryland, 80% of our thoughts are negative. That's natural. But they're using the commandments of honor, the bridge, and then the other thoughts that I teach, the supremacy of honor code and so forth, all allow us to balance it. Don't fight the negative thoughts. Allow them to be. Do not fight it. Just balance it. You're getting a thought of anger. Don't fight it. Let it be. You didn't choose it. It's not your fault. You're not responsible for it. But I wish you well. Keeping in mind that the negative is more powerful on short term than the constructive, honorable thought. But in the long run, you'll get negative thoughts less and less often. And that's doable. Absolutely. Absolutely. The quality of your thoughts. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Bernice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have anything you want to ask or say?
Hi, this is Nancy, Doctor.
Hi, Nancy.
So I just wanted to kind of share in because I had been thinking, actually, it was funny that the topic today because right after, because I've only been off a couple of weeks, but right after I went off, I ended up getting COVID. I was sick for 2 weeks. And I was okay for a few days. And then last week I was in the ER. And so I keep thinking that obviously stress does affect you, physically.
How are you feeling right now, Nancy?
I'm sorry?
How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling way better. I got medication. I had actually cysts that I guess exploded or bursted inside my ovaries. And so I didn't know, but I've been told now that that's extremely painful, which it was. And I fought it for about 2 days until I ended up in the ER. I couldn't fight the pain anymore. So anyhow, but I'm getting seen. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, following up on all the ultrasounds and the CT scans. But, I've been processing this the last few days and thinking, you know what, I wonder if stress has anything to do with...
Stress affects everything in health, but you have to be on vitamin D. You got to be at least 6,000 units a day, at least. And most people, believe me, I guarantee you, you're not optimal in your blood work. Practically nobody is if you don't supplement.
Yeah, which I'm going to start doing. I put in order for the vitamins that you had mentioned. So actually it's on my to-do list.
Good.
Like Bernice was saying, it's appreciated. I think we all appreciate you not only taking care of, because I guess it all connects, right? Like the physical with the mental, with the emotion.
Absolutely. For any normal, it does for me, I'll tell you that. When I'm starting to get pressure in my heart, I go, what's going on here? Is this going to kill me? Yeah, you start getting, it's mind, body, spirit, very all connected. You're right. 100%. You're right, Nancy. Absolutely all connected.
Yeah. So anyhow, just wanted to share kind of stuff that I'm going through. And I think you hit it right on with tonight's topic. So
okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll get a little heads up. I'm going to ask you this question. So the topic is hospitalization and banquet of love. When you went to the hospital, were you treated well?
The doctor was amazing. Yes.
I would call that's love.
Yes.
How were the nurses towards you?
The nurses were good. I waited for, obviously, you wait for a long time, but once I started telling them, hey, I can't take the pain anymore, they were right on me. It took 2-3 minutes at most to get the ER doctor to come out and just, I was already in the fetal position. I couldn't take the pain anymore. It was.
So would you say they show you a lot? I know it's their job, but would you say that they showed you a lot of love?
Compassion, yes.
That's love.
Yeah.
That's their job.
Yeah.
But that's it's a socially acceptable way to give people love. Like I love my patients. I love you guys. It's a socially acceptable way to love you. You know, if I saw you somewhere else, it wouldn't be as socially acceptable. But here, that love is good. I love my people. They love me. It's so believe me, that's a genuine love they're giving you. It's not just it's more than just their job for most of the people. It is for me more than my job.
Yeah, they definitely could tell that they cared. And that's another thought I've been getting is like, I want to send the doctor something, I don't know, like a little, eatable arrangements or something, because they gave me a double dose of the strongest painkiller. I didn't know there was so many different levels, but they gave me the highest dose twice.
You weren't feeling anything, were you, after that?
No, I wasn't feeling anything. No.
So that's so you can identify with the title "Hospitalization: A Banquet of Love." Is that correct?
Amen to that. Yes, definitely.
Listen,
yes,
there's always a bad doctor, a bad nurse, a bad tech. That happens, but for the most part, it's a banquet of love. Who took you to the hospital?
My husband.
Did he show you? Was that an act of love the way he took you?
Yes, he had been wanting to take me since the day before, but I was fighting.
So your husband showed his love. He got right there. He showed you love. Did he stay by you over there?
Oh, when the pain got so bad, the tears started rolling out of my eyes. He got up and started wiping them. So yes.
Well, that's beautiful. There it is.
Yes.
From the beginning to end, it's a banquet of love. I'm sure he's a loving guy. You have a good relationship in so many ways, but that was the whole thing from beginning to end. Was love.
Yeah.
It's not a banquet you want to go to, but if you have to go to, just know it's going to be a lot of love. Say when you pass away, there's going to be people greeting us, loved ones. Everyone near death experience talks about that. Loved ones, special spiritual individuals that are very powerful divine teachers. You're going to be greeted with. It's going to be a banquet of love. Yes. Of course, we want to stay as long as we can. Listen, at my age, staying alive is a full-time job. It became a hobby, so I can help you. It's my hobby, and I like to share it with others. Nancy, what you're saying fits so perfectly into the whole vibration of hospitalization, a banquet of love. I'm so happy you spoke up about this, Nancy.
Yes, literally. So thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything you want to ask or say?
Doctor, right now you were talking about how sometimes when you're, this is Milton, by the way. I heard the story of the lady that's in the hospital, and hopefully she feels a lot better now and she's going to get well. And I wanted to add what you were saying about that the mental health affects the body, and it's really a big way, because sometimes your mind can help your body to heal. If you're in the right state of mind. Sometimes when you are negative, even if your body is fighting the disease, sometimes that kills people.
Let me interrupt you right there, because that's so important. I don't want to the thought you want to use when you're going through anything at all. I'm going to tell you the thought. That's medication. Thoughts and words are medicine. Here's the thought. I hope to come back much stronger than ever. I hope to come back much stronger than ever. If you believe in God as I do, I say, I hope to come back much stronger than ever, God willing. That's medicinal. I always tell all my patients, I say, the goal of your therapy is for you to come back much stronger than ever, and I'm totally committed to helping you with that. You can text me anytime, night or day. Even when you're not my patient anymore, you can keep coming to Zoom class, you keep texting me. I'm committed. Well, that's very healing in itself.
Right.
That's medicinal. So you can't help getting negative thoughts when you're going through these things, or loved ones going through it. Loved ones going through it say, God willing, you're going to come back much stronger than ever. I hope you come back. Say that to yourself. I hope to come back much stronger than ever. Give them the thought as medicine to repeat to themselves. I see a lot of nurses in my practice. I say, give this thought as medicine to your patients. I hope to come back much stronger than ever. That increases optimism.
That's exactly what I was thinking when you were talking about that. That how the state of mind affects the body. Like for example, the stuff that we're going through right now, and then when we got into a disability or because of we felt this over stress, over work, that he put us in a very negative state of mind, and our whole body now we don't feel the same way with the energy to go to the gym. You don't feel as strong to get up out of bed. You feel like you're having a hard time breathing. So many things affect your body because of your mind. It's not really your body, but your mind is telling your body how to feel. And I think the mind is.
Listen, I want to tell you something, because I see so many wonderful people that they feel overworked, and a lot of times they're being harassed by supervisors, management. They're squeezing them for more production. It's literally killing the people, literally killing my people. I see that. And they have no time for their families. There's a death in the family where they can't even get off. Somebody's sick in the family, the boss won't give them off. People are just stressed out of their minds. I'm so happy that they can come see us and we can get you some time out, some money coming in so you can live during that time to heal and recover and go through this program, which is very good for you.
Absolutely. I seen people getting fired because they couldn't make it to work because a family member was very sick. And then they couldn't show up on a weekend to come into work. And then they tell them, you know what, I don't think this is for you. And then they let them go without even putting that, they would never miss work because they know there is a responsibility by the family member. And that kind of works on everybody else because you think, oh, hell no, I'm going to calling off on my day if somebody gets sick because I'm going to be the one fired, so that all the stuff that happens around us affects our mind and we start thinking.
Most of our businesses, most of the corporations have no loyalty. You might have felt loyal to the company, but they have no loyalty. Most of them. There are some that have. And then most people put money before honor. I mean, that's not honorable to do that. I mean,
oh, yes. Absolutely.
Honor. 100%. Capitalism is a great system, but it's even better if it's capitalism with honor. And that's the goal of what we're trying to do in the honor movement.
Doctor, when it's about money, and then a lot of like even powerful people, they get very greedy, even though they have so much money. Even though they have so much money,
the supremacy of honor code is this: honor before pride, because most people sell their honor for their pride. Honor before money. Most people sell their honor for money. Honor before sex. A lot of people sell their honor for sex. Honor before anger. Honor before fear, honor before everything, honor before life itself. That's the supremacy of honor code. And people become devotees of honor, take the pledge to be a devotee of honor. But that supremacy of honor code sets your priority. And the purpose of life that I teach myself, number one, and I teach my patients, living with honor is the only purpose of my life. You can have somebody who's a super billionaire, good looking, gorgeous, beautiful home, cars. But if that person does not have honor, that person is a loser. That person's a failure. Only honor makes you success.
Absolutely.
Then, of course, you want to make money and look good, but honor first.
It follows you. The whole energy that you bring around you, it follows you. People can actually read through that, Absolutely, 100%.
Well, you're on the right track. Tell me your first name again.
Milton Aguilar.
Oh, Milton. Okay, Milton. Yeah. What a pleasure to hear from you, Milton.
Yeah, absolutely. I sometimes I stay quiet, but today I've been feeling a lot more better, a lot more cheerful, and more positive.
Well, a lot of people don't want to speak up. They're shy. They're timid. But let me tell you, the people who come to these classes, they tell me, I can't wait to come to the class. I look forward to Tuesday nights. Not just to hear me, to hear you, to hear each other. People say, you know what? I feel less alone when I hear other people talk. I feel I belong to this community.
And then you see that we're not the only ones going through problems. There are other people also going through things like the lady Dioski was talking about right now. I feel so much more blessed that I actually having ended up in the hospital. I did got through COVID not too long ago, but my body reacted well to it. I got a little bit of cough, I got a little bit sick, but
are you vaccinated?
Yes, sir. I got three.
Which one did you get?
I got Pfizer.
Pfizer, yeah. I got 2 Moderna and a booster. I got COVID a couple of years ago. It felt like a train ran over me, but my breathing was okay. I kept coming to work, and it passed. Presumably that vaccination helped. but we went to, yeah, I presumably it did. I don't tend to get any more, but I think it helped. Well, Milton, thank you for your input. Very, very, very valuable. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to go into, well, they just end with blood work. When you get your blood work, you definitely want to get your cholesterol, your LDL. You want to get your apolipoprotein B. If you don't tell your doctor you won't get it. That tells you the likelihood that plaque is building up. Apolipoprotein B. You want to get your homocysteine, and you want to get your C-reactive protein, which tells you what kind of inflammation you have in your body. Mine is always staying low, less than 0.1, less than 0.2. If you take garlic, ginger, and curcumin, it'll help keep that low. And so will the fish oil to cut down. All disease starts with inflammation, all of it. So you want to definitely get that in your lipid profile. Then you want to look at your thyroid. You want to get your TSH, your T3, your T4. You want to get a hormone panel. Your estradiol, which is your estrogen level for men. Optimal on that is 20 to 30. You want to get your testosterone. Optimal for a man is 600 to 900. You want to get your free testosterone. You want to get your DHEA. And then also you want to get your glucose, your A1C, your blood sugar levels for an average of 3 months. You want to get your ferritin, your iron levels. That's very important. You look at your B12, your magnesium, your vitamin D level. You want to get all of that, plus just a good general blood workup. But those are some of the key ones for men, especially hit after 50. Get your PSAs, which is an index whether you're getting prostate cancer or not. You want to keep an eye on that. And you want to get that blood work preferably twice a year, but at least once a year, but at least twice a year. I try to do it 3 times a year. And now we're going to go into hospitalizations and banquet love. So 8 months ago, I'm going to use myself as a case history here. 8 months ago, when I looked good. People thought I was good. I looked better than I felt. If I'd be walking, I'd get this burning. Well, it turns out, I thought it was my lungs, but it turns out I went for a PET scan. You can get a PET scan. Some radioactive stuff goes in. It'll see how your blood flow is in the heart. Well, mine was bad. There was a lot of abnormalities. 4 years earlier, it was great. So something happened over those 4 years. Keep in mind, living an optimal lifestyle. I still got 90% blockage. One is called the LAD, the widowmaker. Could have killed me. So I went down. Now, I went and saw my cardiologist. He did the PET scan. Within a few days, he got me one of the top guys in the world to do cardiovascular, the angioplasties, putting in the stents at Scripps, one of the top hospitals in the world. Now, I love my doctor, Dr. Parks, his staff. They have a love for me. They got me in 2 days later, got it in there in time, and there I was. But I still wasn't feeling optimal. I looked good, but I wasn't feeling optimal. I was feeling very compromised. So then I went for another PET scan with some abnormalities. So I saw him last Monday. I went to see Dr. Parks. I got the blood work. The Thursday before, we did the PET scan. That Monday came for the results. He said, well, it could be this, could be that, whatever. I was concerned. So I said, well, I guess I should go get another angiogram and look in. He said, yes, you should. Keep in mind, I love the staff. They love me. The next day, I was at Scripps Hospital. My wife drove me there. My wife showed how devoted. My brother-in-law was dying of lung cancer. In fact, he died this last Saturday. So here he is. No, he was dead. My beloved brother-in-law passed away. She's making funeral arrangements. So I made all these funeral arrangements. A lot of stress, a lot of details. So when you're dead, it's not just you're dead. There's a lot of details. She handled the whole thing. We got in the car, drove down to La Jolla, North San Diego, took me there. We had a nice ride together. Stopped at her favorite spot. We went out and looked at the ocean. Try to look at the ocean. It was out of fog that morning. And I'm repeating to myself, I hope to come back much stronger than ever. I'm repeating that to myself. But at the same time, whenever you go to the hospital, one thought's on your mind. Am I coming back? Am I going to make it? When you go to the hospital, that thought is there. Maybe this is the end. So you have to then embrace that. You say, well, God, if you want me, I'd be so happy to go on. If you want me to stay, I'd like to be here and serve you here. If you have no preference, I prefer to stay. Now, I want to stay. One, I don't want to abandon my wife. That keeps me, my kids are all have their lives and whatnot. But my wife would be hard on her, so I want to stay for her. I don't want to leave her early at all. And then also to serve you, to serve the honor movement and serve you, because I'm able to bring all this knowledge to you. I didn't really know what I was doing until I was 70. At 82, I really have a very good grasp of what's happening, and I'm able to serve you and do more for you than I ever could in my whole life. So my wife, you, then of course, I have other loved ones, my kids and grandkids, but the strongest one who would miss me the most is my wife. Beautiful marriage. She's so devoted. So she showed her love, no hesitation, no complaint. Boom. We left very early in the morning, driving down there. So I get to the hospital. You got to get a blood work. So I go in there. The guy says, do you mind? I'm an intern. Well, you don't want to see an intern. You want to see somebody who's been doing it for a while. So I said to the guy, how many have you done? He said, 150. I don't know if it was true. And I said, okay. So he stuck the needle and didn't do too bad a job. But he was very nice. Very nice smile, whatever. Took that out. Then the blood work went up. We went upstairs to the cath lab. See these two nurses. They look like angels. One of them read them, hi, she waved like that. So lovely, both of them. We got in there. They get me prepped. I'm laying down in there. They were so kind to me and prepping me, getting ready. When I had the 90% occlusion 8 months ago, I had to urinate. I was really having to pee. I said, Doc, I just got to go. He should have told me pee on yourself. He didn't. So I was complaining that I had to urinate to the doctor as he's doing my angioplasty, going in and putting it in. And I didn't want to bug the guy. And then in retrospect, I wondered, gee, did I compromise what he was doing? Because I was saying, I really got to go. And that was a 4-hour deal. So this time I said, hey, do you have something? I brought diapers with me because I don't want to be bugging the guy. He says, oh, we've got something now. We used to have it for women, but now we've got something for men. So you can be peeing during the thing. And that's what I did. So another person, another nurse came in. She was lovely, wheeling me into the room. So you get there, and all the staff's going around, all trying to take care of me, make sure my shoulders are comfortable, get me in the right position. By the way, Dr. Tierson had come in to see me. I liked the guy. Saw him before. I said, Dr. Tierson, I was so happy to see him. It's like an old friend. I felt he saved my life. And after he saved me, I sent him a call. I said, thank you for saving my life. Months ago, I sent him a big food basket for $100 saying, thank you for saving my life. I was always grateful. So when I saw the guy, and I went to Columbia University, he taught there, we have this bonding. So Dr. Tierson, so happy to see you again. He talked. But right before him, his other cardiologist came in that was assistant to him. And he was lovely. And I said, you look good shape. Are you weightlifting? Yeah. He says, yeah. I said, well, I'm a world champion powerlifter and bodybuilder. I gave him hints on how to do weightlifting. We had a good conversation, good vibration. And they wheeled me in. They're all prepping me. And I told the nurse, I said, look, last time they sedated me, but it wasn't enough. This time, I know you don't want to put me out, but get me good and groggy this time. So I was groggy. This thing went by. What it seemed like it was 1 second, and it was only an hour and a half. I didn't even know this. I didn't even know they did anything. So they come in through the wrist. They put a thing. They used to come up the groin. This time they go in the wrist. This thing, a little tube goes in the heart. They look around. They can see what's going on. So he saw some closure. He put a balloon, you open it, and they put the stents in that elute drugs to make sure you don't get a thrombosis and come out with it. Now, it wasn't a new stent, but he said when he did the first surgery that thing was there, but usually they don't stent it if it's less than 70%. But he put it, he said, you didn't really need it, but since I was in, I gave you a stent there. And I think it made a big difference in terms of quality of life, if not saving my life, at least quality of life. So the day after so that was on Tuesday. Wednesday I was back. I felt like $1 million. So, it helps if you have a belief in God. It's like, oh, God, one of the commandments of honor God, your wish is my only wish. You want me to go? You want me to stay? Whatever you wish, God, I'm all in. If you have no preference, I prefer to stay. I hope to come back much stronger than ever, God willing. So there was just love from beginning to end, from my cardiologist, from his secretaries, my wife, to the nurses, to the doctors. Lovely, lovely, lovely people. Then we got back home. My wife then continued preparing for the funeral. We buried my brother-in-law this Saturday. He was as my son called him, a saintly gentleman. We buried him. And for him, it was good going on. He was suffering for a long time. He was a smoker. A beautiful human being. So anyway, I had this fantasy. My wife's going to bury us both. I felt terrible. To bury John Shaw, going to bury me. Well, I'm here, thank God. And my plan's to be here for a very long time, but it's in God's hands. I'm doing all I can. And I mean, here's the thing. Even my blood work has always been really good for many years. So looking good, having a lot of energy, good blood work, and a little occlusion, something smaller than this tip of my pen. That much of plaque building up could have killed me. Could kill you. You're vulnerable. So how did it happen? Well, I took good care of myself these 14 years, but you're forming the foundation now. What you do now is going to affect you later. I'm still trying to offset the damage I did when I was your age. I recommend highly straighten up now. You know what you should be eating. You know what you shouldn't be eating. Get your thoughts together in the way I've described to you. Do your exercise. Otherwise, number one, we become a burden to those we love. It's honorable to try to protect others from becoming a burden. And we also, when we violate ourselves, we drive the insurance costs up and flood the hospitals with people. But nonetheless, I'm very happy to be here with you. I'm very happy to feel good. And hospitalization is a banquet of love, truly. So I'm going to open again. Any comments or questions that any of you have?
Dr. Nerenberg?
Yes. Who's speaking?
Joanne, I'm just so happy that you were able to get through that, and we really appreciate you. And I just want you to know that you are appreciated. And I think, if anything, I hope our love and our support of you brought you through some of that too.
Well, I feel the love and support. I feel it. I feel it as I feel for you. I feel it. Yeah. Well, I have work to do here. What we do together is very unique, and we're all growing from it, including myself. And you add meaning to my life because all the lessons and suffering and failures I've had in my life have all been stepping stones for my rising higher and be able to share with you. Yeah.
Good.
So I'm so happy to be able to do that.
Yes.
Thank you, doctor.
Yeah. Thank you. Anybody else have anything you want to ask or say?
Hey, Dr. Nerenberg, it's Ernesto Delgadillo. How are you?
Very good, Ernesto.
It's funny you were talking about the years of damage, and I was a power lifter as well in my 20s, and the excessive eating and carbs led me to getting diabetes later in life when I stopped. So I'm also in the road to reversing all that.
It's not a healthy sport. It's not a healthy sport. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was very strong, but I was not healthy. I will say that.
I could hardly walk. I was so big and strong. I had so much weight. I mean, I was not healthy. It was hard to sleep. I had sleep apnea. I mean,
Yeah.
I was a ticking time bomb, but I felt I had to do it. I hear you. Powerlifting,
Yeah.
there are some healthy sports, maybe gymnastics, maybe swimming, but powerlifting is not one of them.
No, not for years. I did that for years too. So it took its toll on joints and, like you said, sleep apnea and all kinds of digestive problems. But super strong, but where it mattered long run.
And now, listen, at that age, I wanted to be strong, be a world champion. Then I went through the heart attack. Then I went through the prostate cancer. And I took the title strongest drug-free man in the world when I had the prostate cancer. Then I went to label hypertension. Then I said, now my job's staying alive. So I went down from 212 pounds down. I'm now 147. I didn't want to get this small, but I'm a lot healthier.
As CT says, it's still your set.
Oh, that's my. Did I tell you that he's my little brother?
You did.
Yeah. That's my little brother. We used to train together 3 times a week for many years. He'd come to my gym here. He'd come over here. We'd work out. And 60% of what I achieved is due to his inspiration. That was before he was famous.
Great guy.
Great,
I just wanted to share that. I'm with you on the recovery phase now too.
And CT paid a price for it. He had a triple bypass. I remember going to the hospital. He went down to 190 pounds. I was there seeing him, my little brother. And then he had a heart transplant, a few years back. Thank God he's alive. But he used to eat McDonald's hamburgers day and night. But he was big. He was strong, but he was never healthy. We violated ourselves. And then it's a matter of offsetting that.
100% correct.
Well, you understand as a power lifter. Yeah, and then we're natural. Then you get power lifters and bodybuilders who juice up, who use steroids. They even damage themselves more. I was natural. I'm sure you were natural. I know I was natural. But
Me too.
you had steroids on top of it. The guys are dying early. Beautiful guys look like Greek gods are just dropping dead. Same with the power lifters.
Yeah.
Killing them.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, several stents.
Well, he had a triple bypass. No, he had open heart surgery. It was more than stents.
Right.
Thank God the guy looks good. I like that guy. I mean, yeah, I didn't used to, but I like him now a lot.
Yeah, he's
What's that?
He was my inspiration when I started
Yeah.
the journey.
All of us in weightlifting, every guy started for this reason. We all wanted women to look twice, the guys to think twice. Every guy started weightlifting for that reason, without exception. Then after a while, you keep doing it because you want to lose what you have. Then after a while, it's not an option. You just got to do it. I still work out at 82, hit the weights. I do it for health. I do it because I just can't stop. It's just part of life for me. And
you like it?
sometimes you hate it. I mean, sometimes you don't feel like doing it. You go in, you do it, and I can't say I like it. It's okay. It's not like a pleasurable thing. You do it. You develop some satisfaction. You know it's good for you. Sometimes you just want to get in and out fast. The key of staying in shape, by the way, is consistency. Even if you do 3 minutes a day, it's a lot better. It's easier to go from 3 minutes to an hour than it is from 0 to 3. The hardest part about getting in shape is getting started. So if you get that 3 minutes a day, whatever your routine is, Dr. Nerenberg's 4 laws of exercise. Never quit. No excuses. The best time to work out is now. The worst time is later. That's my 4 laws. It took me 60 years of working out to articulate that. I've been working out for 68 years, but my 60th year, I said, this is the key. That's the key. I appreciate your input on that, brother in iron.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
The CT and I, no, you're welcome. The CT and I co-founded the World Legion of Power together in 2003. It's a drug-free powerlifting federation. We have many great meets together that we put on. Well, it's been my pleasure, truly, and my privilege to present to you Hospitalization, a Banquet of Love.